want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you, boo. And all the verses of me, and she converted like me. When she goes down on your ear, I feel that. Does she speak eloquently? And when she have your baby, I'm sure she thinks you're real excellent mother. The love that you gave to me was more than good enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you say her name,
We had someone request some Hendrix earlier, so we're gonna play Hendrix.
Well, why not? What appropriate music for such a wonderful event. You know, Phil, if you're gonna burn something, you definitely need a little fire.
I like them like that. I'm only one burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire. 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 Desire. Let me stand next to you. Let me stand next to your fire. 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 Oh, move over. Let Jimmy take over. That's all I'm talking about. Next to your fire. Let me stand 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 next to your fire. Trident Davis on drums.
All right, we are so happy to be with you here at Harvest Fest. Thank you so much for having us. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, thank you. We are Your Mom Band from right around here in the Madison area, and we're going to be playing until about 8. We have a few sets for you, a couple more songs and a very short break, and then 2 more sets with all of this stuff. But your mom likes to satisfy a lot of crowds, so thank you so much for being here.
That's it. Okay.
Lost in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling ill, his faded hers my dreams. Bobby thumped diesel down just before it rained, and it rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing some of my sing the blues.
right, thank you. We are your mom band. What's up, Jana from Jana and Junkyard Dog? What's up? How we doing? All right, so we want to thank the Libertarian Party of Dane County for having us once again. We're going to play a song right now, and we used to dedicate this to folks that were struggling with life and going through cancer and stuff like that, and wishing them well in their journey and hoping that they could get back on the well side of the road, if you will. But we're going to do this one for all the folks that are sitting in prison right now because they were smoking a plant.
Yeah.
And we don't think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
we don't
scared
think
of
it
a
makes a
plant.
lot of sense to spend a lot of money chasing people around who are smoking plants.
Yeah.
So this is for those folks that unfortunately are rotting in prison for no reason.
Come on now.
All right, we have some speeches coming up in a minute. Another round of applause for your mom. This is the 55th Great Midwest Marijuana Harvest Festival. Let's take a quick minute to thank the people that made this possible. People like Ben Maisel, Dana Beal, Jackie Rickard, and the thousands of activists who have worked on this for 55 years. We now have State Senator and candidate for County Executive, Senator Melissa Agard.
Good afternoon, folks. My name is Melissa Agard, and I'm proud to be here today chatting about why it is that Wisconsin, being an island of prohibition, actually makes us to be the most dangerous state. About a decade ago, I introduced the first bill in Wisconsin to legally tax and regulate cannabis in Wisconsin in the same way that we do alcohol. And it is clear that this is the will of the people across the state of Wisconsin. And over the last 10 years, we have seen Illinois and Michigan and Minnesota pass policies to legalize weed in those communities where Wisconsinites are taking their hard-earned dollars and their valuable time to drive across the border and purchase cannabis products. Maybe some of you have done that yourselves. I'm not going to ask you to incriminate yourselves, as we are standing on the Capitol steps and I have seen some police officers walk by. But inscribed on the ceiling of the governor's conference room in the Capitol building behind us are the words, "The will of the people should be the law of the land." Folks, over 80% of people in Wisconsin want medicinal cannabis. And close to 70% of the people in Wisconsin want full responsible adult usage for cannabis in our state. But even though we have pragmatic, thoughtful legislation that takes into account the desires and the wills and the needs and the rural frame of Wisconsinites, regardless of who they vote for at the top of the ticket for president or governor, we have never once had a public hearing in the Capitol building for this bill. Now, those margins are incredible. Close to 70% want responsible adult usage, over 80% want medicinal, and we can't get a public hearing in a state where politicians winning their elections by 2 percentage points call that an elite. We're talking about a no-nonsense policy that will actually honor our personal liberties and freedom, invest in our farmers and our agricultural heritage, ensure that our main streets are prosperous, help to address egregious racial disparities in our state, get people out of the jail and prison pipeline, and move our state forward so that we're actually able to invest those tax dollars into services that take care of the most vulnerable people in the state of Wisconsin. Over the last decade, I can't even begin to count how many people have reached out to me with stories about how prohibition of cannabis has harmed them and people who they love. I just can't believe there are people sitting in our jail and prison system here in Wisconsin, as was mentioned by the amazing band behind us, for simply ingesting a plant. That is not the Wisconsin way. There was a period of time in Wisconsin when people would go knocking on their neighbors' doors and say, "Hey, I'm going over the border. I'm going to go pick up some of that stuff. Would you like me to pick it up?" Oh my God. And I'm not talking about cannabis. Margarine was prohibited in the state of Wisconsin, and those were the conversations that people had with their neighbors as they were driving across the Wisconsin state line to purchase margarine. Prohibition of margarine did not last. Prohibition of margarine did not make us more safe. It did not honor our personal liberties. And you know what? It didn't take away our ability to be the dairy state. It is past time that we legalize cannabis in Wisconsin. And we are at a time when people are thinking about who they're going to vote for in this election in November. We have an opportunity to change the makeup of our state legislature so that we can actually have a public hearing on this bill and move it forward. Because we know it's not a matter of if we legalize cannabis in Wisconsin, it's a matter of when and what the details of that policy are. Do not be distracted by shiny, distractive objects introduced by people with nefarious reasons, saying that they are going to legalize cannabis, even though it will actually cause more harm in the state of Wisconsin. You've got to pay attention to the details. You need to make sure it is actually honoring the Wisconsin way and not making more people go into jail and prison, and not being a bill that will actually go against our Constitution and the ability for Wisconsin to actually implement it. So we can get this done. I know that it is what people in Wisconsin want. It is causing harm as we continue to take no action. And I urge you to please do your research on the candidates who are running for office and hold them accountable to their actions after the election is over. Because we are done with gerrymandering. And it is past time that my colleagues in that Capitol building realize who their bosses are. Their bosses are the good people of the state of Wisconsin. Their bosses are not a few hand-picked powerful leaders in the Capitol building who are prohibiting conversations that match what it is people in Wisconsin want. Thank you for showing up today. It is a beautiful day, and continue fighting for cannabis freedom in the state of Wisconsin. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Now, Ralph, would you like to give a few words on cannabis history?
Hello, my name is Rolf Lindgren, and I'm speaking here as a former chairman of the Libertarian Party of Dane County and the former vice chairman of the Libertarian Party of Wisconsin. And I want to talk about legalizing marijuana. First of all, my slogan is less government, less crime, and more votes. Less government means the government can't. How would the government even know if you're smoking marijuana or buying or selling marijuana? How would they know that? They would only know that if there's a big government. That's the first reason. Less crime is obvious. First of all, you're not making a criminal out of someone who has marijuana. That gets rid of your crime. You don't have crime caused from snitches who tell the cops on their friends, and then there's revenge killings and fights. That reduces crime. You don't have gangs fighting over territory. That reduces crime. And frankly, a lot of people who are stoned at home, they're probably not going to be motivated to commit a crime. Now, there's other reasons to legalize marijuana that you may not be aware of. The United States Constitution has 7 clauses in it that specifically makes it illegal to make marijuana illegal. And I'm going to go through those real quick, because you probably haven't heard of them. Remember, the U.S. Constitution is only 4 pages long. The amendments are only 3 pages long, and the Declaration of Independence is only 1 page long. It's only 8 pages to read. Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution says that no state shall interfere with the obligations of contracts. That's in the Constitution, and obviously if someone buys or sells marijuana, that's a contract. It's considered a verbal contract usually, and it's not legal to make that illegal. And in fact, that part of the Constitution was followed all the way up until about 1937, by the way. Another clause in the Constitution is the Fifth Amendment. Now, the Fifth Amendment is best known as taking the Fifth. You don't have to tell the police if you're arrested. You don't have to talk to them. But there's other clauses in the Fifth Amendment. One of them says that no property shall be taken for public use without just compensation. Well, marijuana is property. Okay, so that means the government, if they take according to this amendment, if the government took your marijuana, they would have to pay you the fair market value for it. And secondly, the marijuana would be
I'm gonna place public use. Live streaming, but I'm gonna place this up here somewhere.
Also in the Fifth Amendment, it says that nobody shall be deprived of their life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Well, as I said, marijuana is property. The government can't take your property, just say it's illegal and take it. It's against the Fifth Amendment, which applies to the federal government, and the same clause is found in the 14th Amendment, where it says no state shall deprive any citizen or any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. That's in the 14th Amendment. That means a state can't take your property from you. The 14th Amendment also has a clause that says no person shall be deprived of equal protection of the law. That means that's not being followed either, because if someone smokes cigarettes, that's legal, but if someone smokes marijuana, that's illegal. That's not equal protection of the law. Marijuana has to be made legal under the 14th Amendment. There's also the Declaration of Independence, which says that everyone has the right of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Well, guess what? If you're using drugs, you may not find happiness, but you're certainly pursuing it. That's another principle in our Constitution. I also want to talk a little bit more about the crime. If you recall, the 18th Amendment banned alcohol in the United States, and then the 21st Amendment repealed prohibition of alcohol. Well, guess what? That was about 1920 to 1933 when alcohol was prohibited. Well, guess what happened? First of all, the crime rate skyrocketed. In fact, you can look it up. The murder rate in the United States increased 13 consecutive years during alcohol prohibition. 13 consecutive years. And then, when the prohibition was lifted, and after the 21st Amendment, the murder rate decreased for 9 consecutive years. That's an amazing correlation. That's because drug prohibition, whether it's alcohol or marijuana or anything, causes crime. If you make margarine illegal, that probably caused crime too. Also, the 18th Amendment, which banned alcohol, was an amendment to the Constitution, right? But when did they ever make an amendment to make marijuana illegal? They never did that, because when the alcohol prohibition was passed, they still generally followed the Constitution, and everybody knew that you can't make something illegal without an amendment to the Constitution. So at least they followed the rules in the 18th Amendment. However, you may not know this, but did you know that during the alcohol prohibition, marijuana was legal? That's right. Marijuana was legal and alcohol was illegal. Then they made alcohol legal, and then in 1937 they decided to make marijuana illegal. How stupid is that? So for instance, marijuana is legal, and then it's illegal, and alcohol is illegal, and then it's legal. I mean, do you really want the government making these decisions for you? Well, if you follow the Constitution, they don't make those decisions for you. You don't want to use drugs or alcohol or cigarettes or marijuana, don't use it. Don't use it, simple. If you do want to use it, then that's your decision as long as you don't harm someone else. Okay, that will conclude my remarks, everyone, but I do want to add that President Trump has just come out in favor of legal marijuana in Florida for the referendum. Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph. And he's going to here in a moment. In the meantime, Right it!
testify.